Okay, so let's take a look at Prolog. Over here on the left we have the source code here, Prolog 2, and we have already loaded that program, the source code, into Prolog system using the consult method there. Let's take a look at the source code. We have a few facts here. Bill is a dog, Bob is a cat, David is a cat. And notice we're using the full stop or the period symbol on the end of those facts. We also have a rule here. It has two arguments on the left. On the left side here is called the head. We have the neck symbol here. We read the neck symbol as if. So the left hand side is true if the right hand side is true. Notice on the right hand side we've got a few terms here. Firstly, we have two predicates here. X is a dog, and we read the comma as and. So X is a dog and Y is a cat. We can read that as that. We also have another comma here, which is once again read as and. We have the internal Prolog function here, right, and we have one argument X for that. We have another comma separating that for and. We're using the right function again, Prolog function again, to just print out some text, string of characters to the screen, and we're using single quotation marks there. We now have another comma here, so that gives us another and we have the right function there with the argument of Y. We now have another comma here, another and then we have another internal Prolog predicate, NL. So NL stands for new line. All that does is give us put the cursor on a new line, and once again we have the period sign completing that clause or rule. Notice the syntax for comments. Notice also we have another rule here, and this time on the left, the head of it, we've got no arguments for this predicate, but on the right hand side we have a predicate and two arguments. Notice we're using capitals. Variables are always in capital, and atoms or arguments here for the facts are in lowercase. So that is required within the programming Prolog language. So let's run this program and see what it produces. So let's type in this one with the variables X and Y and hit enter. We can see the cursor is still flashing, waiting for our input, but you can see the first line there, Bill chases Bob, and X equals Bill and Y equals Bill. Let's hit the semicolon to get all the solutions, and we're now back at the command prompt. So the system has printed out all the solutions for X and Y. So the first one is that. The second one is Bill chases David, with X equaling Bill and Y equaling David. Let's go back to the code and let's take a look why that printed out. So the first line, Bill chases Bob, came from this rule here. So firstly, X took on Bill, Y took on Bob, and our line that got printed to the screen, right X, so Bill is that part there, and the second part is chases, is that string there. The third part is right Y, Y was Bob, and that is that one there. So X equals Bill, Y equals Bob in that case. But the second solution, because we have a third one up here, David is a cat, is another one as well. So Bill, who's only one dog, Bill is a dog, chases once again, but Y can take on David because we have David is a cat for Y. So that is the full solution set there. Notice the new line character gave us a new line there. Let's type in the second rule here. So we'll type in go. This time the predicate has no arguments, so all we need to do is type in go and a full stop. We can see we got one output there, Bill chases Bob. So we go back to the rule here, chases, which refers to this rule here. So all it printed out was the first one, Bill chases Bob. We had no opportunity to hit the semicolon to retrieve all of the solutions possible because the left hand side has no arguments. Let's take a look at another query. Let's this time fix X to Bill and have the second one as a variable. So we fixed X to be Bill, but Y is variable. So we got an output of Bill chases Bob. So Bill, X is Bill, chases, and Bob is our first one for the cat. But we also have a second solution set down here as well, because Bill chases David, because we have a second value for Y that we can select there, so we get that second solution. Let's take a look if we fix Y variable. Okay, this time it terminated with just the one solution. Let's take a look Y. So now Y variable is fixed to Bob, but we've left the dog, the X variable attached to the dog that can vary. So we got Bill chases Bob. So the first one, X being Bill, Bill chases Bob. But is there any other dog there? No, there's only one dog, so we only get one output.